Variantos Scholarship Foundation, Beauty by Audrey K, the C4 Foundation, Commercial Optical, Digital Express, Edge Physical Therapy, Foundation Building Materials, Fireside Counseling, Bob and Lisa Gruber, HomeWise Roofing and Exteriors, Mama's Pizza, Matt Hauser Plumbing, Midtown Tile, Next Home Signature Real Estate, Kelly Murphy Realtor, the Omaha School of Massage Therapy, Pathfinder Wealth Advisors, Phoenix Schools and Waterfalls, the Papillion La Vista Youth Athletic Association, Ringer Contracting, Sheila Haas Realtor, State Farm Insurance, Edgar De Leon, and the Titanium Fire and Sprinkler Company. Thank you for your support of Monarch Athletics. welcome to Papillion La Vista High School on senior night. Monarch fans, let's welcome our guests this evening, the Lynx from Lincoln High School. Tonight's matchup features those Lynx against your Papillion La Vista Monarchs. Without further ado, let's meet the starting lineups for tonight's contest. First, our visitors this evening, the Lincoln High Lynx. A 5'10" junior, number 5, Andrew Gaines. A 6'1" junior, number 14, Marcellus McCulley. A 6'3" junior, number 23, Vincent Garrett. A 6'6" junior, number 24, Colin Nick. And a 6'1" junior, number 30, Quee Gu. The Lynx are led by assistant coaches Joshua Reiser, Ben Lynch, Trevor Lighting. Head coach of Lincoln High School is Dan Noble. And now, Monarch fans, on your feet, let's meet the starting lineup for your Papillion La Vista Monarchs. A 6-foot senior, number 4, Tarek Bugeye Jr. A 5'11" senior, number 10, Keegan Hylock. A 6'6" senior, number 24, Kyle Ingerson. A 6'4" senior, number 42, Will Hubert. And a 6'4" senior, number 44, Luke Lindenmeyer. The Monarchs are led by assistant coaches Andre Watts, Dan Harmon, Russ Georgic, Ryan Salzman, Josh Raposa, and the head coach of Papillion La Vista High School is Dan Moore.
Hi, my name is Amano Fritz here commentating tonight's matchup between the Lincoln High Lynx on the road tonight against the Papillion La Vista Monarchs, coming off a loss last night against the Grenadier Dragons in a thriller of a matchup. And you're watching this on POV Media YouTube channel. All right, let's get this matchup going. Both teams coming in after a loss, especially Monarchs last night. As Monarchs don't get the ball now, Keegan Hylock with the ball, going up the court. Gives it to Derek Buggy Jr. Buggy passing it to Lindenmeyer. And Lindenmeyer passing it to Hylock. Gives it to Will Hubert. Now gives it to Ingerson. Now gives it to Lindenmeyer. Now gives it to Buggy. Now gives it to Ingerson. Ingerson shoots it. Good! For 3. Smooth like butter. All right, it's Marcellus McCulley passing it to Andrew Gaines. Gaines waiting out. Now passing it to Colin Nick. Colin Nick drives, doesn't get it. Rebound, Lindenmeyer. Hylock with the ball now, going up the court. Gives it to Lindenmeyer. Lindenmeyer drives, doesn't get it. Rebound, Will Hubert. Ingerson for 3. Good! 2 for 2 from the three-point land for Kyle Ingerson. Now Nick with the ball now. Now gives it to McCulley. McCulley, I think, got that layup, but misses. Rebound Monarchs. Keegan Hylock. Layup is good. Timeout Lincoln High. As their record so far for the Lincoln High Lynx coming into this game is 5-14, coming off a loss. As for the Monarchs, they are coming off a loss last night, 9-10. Kyle Ingerson is the leading scorer for this team. And for the Lincoln High Lynx, the highest scorer by far is Colin Nick. Both teams have been their number 24, having the leading points per game. Surprising. I was shocked by that too. All right. Both teams coming out to timeout as Colin Nick will inbound pass it from the baseline to Andrew Gaines. Gaines bringing it up the court. Gaines gives it to Garrett. Garrett gets the foul, but no and-one call. There's a travel violation by Lincoln High as Ingerson would baseline pass it to Highlock, but now gets it back. Now Lindenmeyer gives it to Ingerson. Ingerson being double teamed. Highlock now gives it to Lindenmeyer. Lindenmeyer drives. Good. 10-0 run by the Monarchs so far in this quarter. As McCoy with the ball now. Gives it to Gaines. Gaines drives. Trying to get past Ingerson. Now gives it to Garrett. Now gives it to Nick. Now back to McCoy. McCoy goes. Layup is good. Marcellus McCoy with that layup as Keegan Highlock will bring it up the court. Highlock passing it in the corner for Lindenmeyer. Lindenmeyer, good. Count the basket and one call for Luke Lindenmeyer as it's a 12-0 run so far as Ben Boudreau will sub in for Will Hubert, the three-star commit to the University of Iowa. As Lindenmeyer shoots one. And he gets it in. Smooth like butter. Gaines bringing up the court now. Gaines leads the Lincoln High Lynx with most assists per game with 3.6. As Lincoln High with the turnover right there. Ingerson with the ball now. Now passing it, shoots it, doesn't get it. Rebound Lincoln High. Colin Nick with that rebound. Gaines bringing up the court. As tries to find a lane to pass it, gives it to Garrett. As, oh, excuse me, McCoy, but now Garrett had it for a sec. Nick with the ball. Now gives it to Garrett. Now passing it to McCoy. McCoy, top of the key. No good. Rebound Dewey. Now gives it to Gaines. Gaines. Hard defense by the Monarchs. Full court pass to Boudreau. Gets blocked. Rebound Lincoln High. Tried to do a full court pass to Boudreau right there. Did not work out as looks like it's fouled. Kyle Ingerson with that foul. Shooting two for the Lincoln High Lynx is Vincent Garrett. As Vincent Garrett leads, yeah, he really is good on defense, leading the team in steals and blocks per game with 1.9 and 1.2. So have room for a Defensive Player of the Year candidate as he makes the second one. 13-4. Morris with the lead. Ben Boudreau with that pass. Now he gets the ball. Derek Buggy Jr. passing it to Lindenmeyer. He's good. Luke Lindenmeyer with that basket and one call. As he's also a commit to the University of Nebraska. I would not say go Big Red. But yeah. But yeah, Luke Lindenmeyer goes to the line. Not good. Lincoln High's ball now. Marcellus McCauley tries to find a passing lane. Tries not to force a turnover right there as he gives it to Colin Nick. Now gives it to Elvis. Now back to Nick. Now gives it back to Elvis. Elvis tries to find an open lane to go for it. Now Nick for three. No good. Buggy with the rebound. As, they try to force a turnover. Now gives it to Boudreau. Now in the corner for Keegan Highlock. Good! Irish Spring Green from three. As you have McCoy with the ball now. Drives, no good. Rebound Lindenmeyer. Lindenmeyer bringing up the court. gives it to Buggy. As it looks like it was a travel violation called on Derek Buggy Jr. That's just, I'm surprised with that call. As Spencer Smith, the senior, will check in for the Monarchs as Gaines with the ball now. As Elvis with the ball now gives it to Garrett, and it's foul.
Honor foul number 44, Luke Lindenmeyer, his first team second. Lincoln High basketball.
As Elvis Nagayan with that pass for that foul now. As Gaines with the ball now. Gaines drives, now finds Nick in the corner, no good. Rebound Monarchs, Hylock with the pass. Lindenmeyer, good. No and one call right there. As timeout Lincoln High. 16-point deficit in the first quarter. Wow. Monarchs are really dominant so far in the first quarter, as they were dominant in last night's game against Gretna. But a mid-range shot ended that drought, as they're coming back for vengeance in this game. As both teams coming out the timeout, as Ben Boudreau, Spencer Smith, Kyle Ingerson, Keegan Hylock, and Luke Lindenmeyer will be in for the Monarchs, as we have Vincent Garrett, William Ice, Elvis Nagayan in, and Colin Nick, and Andrew Gaines. As Elvis shoots it, no good. Rebound, tries to get a rebound, but it's still Monarch basketball. Ben Boudreau will inbound pass it, as strangely the Lincoln High Lynx are half-court pressing as their defensive set, but Monarchs still have possession. The Lynx were trying to steal that possession away and force the Monarchs to have a turnover. Boudreau really shaking out with that, but it is a turnover, as we have Vincent Garrett bringing up the court for the Lynx. Shoots it, no good. Rebound Ingerson. As he drives, finds Keegan Hylock in the corner. Finds Boudreau, finds Ingerson. Ingerson mid-range, no good. Spencer Smith with that rebound. And it's a foul. Spencer Smith goes to the line for 2 points.
Number 3, William Ice, his first team's third. Shooting 2 for Papillion La Vista. Spencer
As Tate Stam will check in for the Monarchs. He will substitute in for Ben Boudreau. Spencer Smith, the tallest person on this team, on this Monarchs team, really getting those rebounds, as he leads the team in blocks and rebounds with 8.4 and 0.9 so far. As Gaines with the ball now. Now gives it to Nick. As it looks like it was an offensive foul on the Lynx. Now Hylock inbound, passes it at the baseline to Ingerson. Now Hylock with the inbound, gets the pass. Lindenmeyer back out to Ingerson. Ingerson in the corner for 3. Smooth like butter so far for Kyle Ingerson. As Gaines passing it. Now there's Garrett. Garrett. Looks like the basket did not count, but he is fouled. Spencer Smith with that foul. As Nick with the ball now. Tried to play that boy ball, but doesn't. As Kyle Ingerson tried to force a turnover right there, but doesn't. As the ball goes out of bounds, last touch by him.
Substitution number 30,
Kui Du checks in for the Lincoln High Lynx. As Elvis Nagayan inbound passing it to Gaines. Gaines drives, finds Dewey. Dewey tried to play that bully ball, but there was a travel violation by Kai Dewey. As Ingerson now inbound passing it to Keegan Hylock. Hylock bringing up the court for the Monarchs. As passing it to Luke Lindenmeyer. Lindenmeyer with the ball now. Finds Hylock again. Hylock with the ball now. Hylock, oh, almost loses the ball, but doesn't. Lindenmeyer with the ball now, as it looks like it was a travel violation by Luke Lindenmeyer. Really costing this team some points right there. Colin Nick will substitute in, as he will inbound pass it to Andrew Gaines. Gaines, Vincent Garrett for three, no good. And that'll be the end of the first quarter. 24 for the Monarchs over the Lynx. Really good offense played by the Monarchs so far, stopping and their defense as well. The Lynx so far scoring only 4 points in the first quarter. As I would really say for the Lynx so far, they would probably have to counter on the offense and counter on the defense. Because both times they just let up easy points for the Monarchs. As the Monarchs are really good both sides of the ball. Really good both sides of the ball. As both teams will be coming out of the timeout. As Elvis Nagayan will check in. Kai Dewey will also check in as well. As they still have Nick. They have Nick, Garrett, and Gaines. As Elvis tries to play that boy ball offense, but gets it in. Ends their drought of not scoring that much. Hylock with the ball now. Now gets a screen from Boudreau. Then Luke Lindenmeyer pump fakes it, doesn't get it. Rebound, Colin Nick. Gaines, passing it to Gaines. Gaines drives. Tries to get around the basket, but Garrett passes it to Garrett. Gets it in. Hylock with the ball now. Buggy with the ball. Gets a screen from Lindenmeyer. As Derek Buggy Jr. gets in. Gaines with the ball now for Lincoln High. Garrett with the ball now. Passing it to Colin Nick. As good turnover. Monarchs forcing a turnover by Lincoln High. As Kui Du will get a foul for the Lynx. As Derek Buggy Jr. will have the ball now. Passing it to Ben Boudreau. Now gives it to Kyle Ingerson. Passing it to Boudreau for corner three. Nope. Almost got their own rebound, but doesn't. As Elvis Nagayan will pass it to Vincent Garrett in the corner for three. Good. As Kyle Ingerson, will bring up the court for the Monarchs. Drives, gets stripped, but gets his own rebound. Boudreau in the corner. No good. Boudreau gets his own rebound. Gives it to Lindenmeyer. Lindenmeyer gets it in. Good layup. Good pump fake layup by Luke Lindenmeyer. As Andrew Gaines will bring up the court for the Lynx. As he's being guarded by Keegan Hylock. Nick being guarded by Lindenmeyer. No good. Rebound Monarchs. Derek Buggy Jr. will bring it as he gives it to Ingerson. Ingerson. As it looks like it was a foul. Can we do? Will the foul for the Lynx. As Spencer Smith will check in for Ben Boudreau. As Buggy with the pass to Lindenmeyer, now to Ingerson. Ingerson. Now gives it to Lindenmeyer, now back to Ingerson. Ingerson shoots it for three, no good. Rebound, Spencer Smith, now gives it to Buggy. Buggy passing it to Keegan Hylock, but tries to pass it to Spencer Smith, but that is a turnover by the Monarchs. Gaines drives, but it looks like it is a foul. Monarch foul. As it looks like they'll baseline pass it. Gaines giving it to now back to Gaines. Gives it to Garrett. Garrett shoots it. No good. Rebound Lindenmeyer. Gives it to Ingerson. Ingerson with the ball now. Now Lindenmeyer gets the ball now. Ingerson doesn't get the layup. No good. Rebound goes back to the Lynx. Gaines. Gaines being guarded by Hylock. Garrett being guarded by Spencer Smith. Smith doesn't allow that, but it gets fouled. And Garrett will go to the line for 2 points.
Number 50, Spencer Smith, his second team's fifth. Shooting two for Lincoln High, Vincent Garrett. Our substitution number 12, Ben Boudreau.
As Garrett gets one. As Garrett gets the second one, as Boudreau with a baseline pass to Kyle Ingerson. Can we do with the steal? As it looks like it will be a foul on the Monarchs. Can we do?
Substitution number 24, Colin Nick.
As Colin Nick gets the layup, easy layup. As Keegan Hylock with bringing it up the court, being guarded by Gaines. Finds Ingerson. Ingerson to drives. Now to Boudreau, now back to Lindenmeyer in the corner. Gives it to Buggy, now gives it to Hylock. Boudreau. Boudreau layup and one. Gets sent to the line.
Lincoln High foul, number 24, Colin Nick, his first team 7. Monarch substitution number 42, Will Hubert, on the line shooting 1, Ben Boudreau.
As Will Hubert will check in for Kyle Ingerson. As Boudreau's Free throws not good. Gaines bringing up the court for the Lynx. Now gives it to Nick. Now gives it to Garrett. Now gives it to Nagayan.
Monarch foul number 12, Matthew Rowe, his first team's sixth. Mechanized substitution number 23, Vincent Garrett.
All right, so we have Garrett in the corner. Now gives it to Gaines. Gaines being guarded by Hylock. Gaines tries to get inside, but looks like he'll get fouled. Maybe? Yeah, maybe. Yeah, he does.
Monarch foul number 44, Luke
As he'll be sent to the line for 2 points.
The Lynx are in the bonus, shooting 1
As Javon Latai will check in. As Gaines, he gets his first one and doesn't get his second one. Rebound, Will Hubert. Now gives it to Lindenmeyer. Lindenmeyer bringing up the court for the Monarchs. Goes low, good. Easy lane going through as Gaines brings up the court for the Lynx. Now gives it to Garrett. Now gives it to Nick. Nick tries to get for the layup, but doesn't. Gets his own board. Goes in for it again. Doesn't get it. Rebound goes back to the Lynx. The 2, Latai. Now Nagayan. As it looks like it was a travel violation by Nagayan. As Kyle Ingerson will check in for Will Hubert. As William Ice will check in for Nagayan. As Hylock will bring up the court for the Monarchs. As Hylock gives it to Lindenmeyer. Tries to find a passing lane. Doesn't, gets, or does, finds Hylock, but gives it back to Lindenmeyer and he scores. 34-15. Monarch lead. Now Lindenmeyer gets fouled. Gets fouled at the line. Gaines gets sent to the line. Lindenmeyer confused by that foul. He thought it wasn't going to be a foul, but wasn't. As Gaines gets his first one. Monarch's substitution in. Spencer Smith checks in for Luke Lindenmeyer. As Gaines gets the second one in. Hylock with the ball now. Gets it, brings up the court. Woodrow, and back to Hylock. Hylock drives, gets blocked. Rebound, Lincoln. As Garrett passing it to Heiss, now gives it to Nick. Now it looks like it was no basket, but it's a foul. And looks like he'll be sent to the line for 2. A minute 51 left in this quarter. Almost to halftime. As Nick with the first basket. 1 for 1 at the free throw line.
Timeout, Papillion La Vista. A 30-second timeout.
As the Monarchs call a timeout. As both teams trying to figure out what to do with a minute 51 left. Monarchs with the lead. I just say for the Monarchs, they would probably have to keep this offense and defensive possessions going, and that will just give them the win. for Lincoln High. Just stop all those offensive and defensive possessions. So yeah, Nick will be sent to the line to shoot one. As he gets the second one. 2 for 2 from the free throw line now, so far in this quarter. As Keegan Hylock will bring it up the court for the Monarchs as he gives it to Will Hebert. Will Hebert gives it to Buggy, now gives it to Hylock again. Now gives it back to Buggy, now gives it to Ingerson. Ingerson drives. As it looks like it was a foul. Vincent Garrett gets fouled as that will send Kyle Ingerson to the line for 2. As he gets one. Really, the Monarchs have been dominant in both sides of the ball, offensively and defensively. They showed up. They are just getting vengeance from last night's loss. As Gaines passing it to Garrett. Now back to Gaines. Gaines passing it to Nick in the corner. No good. Rebound, Vincent Garrett now doesn't get it. Now it looks like
Substitution number 20, Elvis Wayne.
as it was a scary fall right there for Vincent Garrett. He got up successfully as Elvis Guerin will substitute in for the Monarchs. As Kyle Ingerson will inbound pass it to Keegan Hylock. Really scary fall right there. Good thing he got up. As Keegan Hylock will bring it up the court. Now he finds Ben Boudreau. Boudreau gives it to Ingerson in the corner. Drives, no good, but is fouled. Gets sent to the line for 2 points. Colin Nick getting fouled. As both teams in decreasing those turnovers. Not really causing that much, but both teams have equal the amount of fouls in this quarter as well. As Ingerson will get the second free throw in. As Gaines passing it to Nick. Now back to Gaines. Gaines trying to find a passing lane. Gives it to Nick. Now gets intercepted by Hylock. Now gives it to Ingerson. Ingerson goes no good. Rebound Lincoln High. Nick with the pass in the corner. Now gives it to Latai. Sorry for my mispronunciation. As Ingerson will now wait out the clock with 22 seconds left. As wait, just draining out this clock now. Ingerson, what he's gonna do? Gets a screen from Will Hebert. Goes in the corner, Boudreau, and now it looks like it was a travel violation. But Lincoln High doesn't have that much time left before the halftime. As Gaines bringing up the court now, and he'll shoot it from half court, doesn't get it, and it'll be halftime. Papillion La Vista Monarchs 38, the Lincoln High Lynx 19. Enjoy the halftime show. Signing off for now. We welcome you back to POV Media. Out of the halftime, we have the Lincoln High Lynx against the Papillion La Vista Monarchs. The Monarchs are up 38-19. As now it will be Monarch possession. Keegan Hylock with the inbound pass. Passing it back to Ingerson. Ingerson with the ball now. As Hylock with the ball now. Gives it back to Ingerson. Ingerson with the ball now. Passing it to Lindenmeyer. Now passes to Buggy. Buggy Jr. Passing it to Lindenmeyer. Now back to Hylock. Now gives it to Spencer Smith. Now gives it to Ingerson. Now gives it back to Buggy. Now Lindenmeyer looks like it was foul, maybe, yeah, foul. Yeah, it was foul. Vincent Garrett with that foul. Luckily, he's back from the court after that first half, after taking a scary fall. As Ingerson in the corner for three. Bang! Smooth like butter. As Andrew Gaines brings it up to court. As he's waiting out, trying to find a passing lane. Finds it, gives it to Colin Nick. Colin Nick gives it to Kai Dewey. Kai D. QDI. Sorry for the mispronunciation. As Derek Buggy brings it up. As it looks like it was double dribble call on Derek Buggy Jr. Wow. As Colin Nick will inbound pass it to Andrew Gaines. Gaines being double teamed, it looked like. Being double teamed on both sides of the court. As Garrett will get in now. Q Dye gets it in for two. QE do. QE do is guarding Kyle Ingerson. Ingerson now gives it to Hylock. No, finds Buggy. Buggy Jr. being screened by Spencer Smith. Now gives it to Luke Lindenmeyer. Lindenmeyer now gives it to Hylock. Now gives it to Ingerson. Ingerson catch and shoot three, no good. Fighting for that rebound as the Monarchs now force a Link turnover. Gives it to Lindenmeyer in the corner. Now full court pass to Ingerson. Now gives it to Spencer Smith. Good pass by Kyle Ingerson. As the guy gets it in, gets blocked by Kyle Ingerson. Lindenmeyer passing it to Hylock. Hylock passing it to Ingerson. Drives, little floater action, doesn't get it. Spencer Smith with that rebound, doesn't get it, gets his own board, and gets fouled. Spencer Smith grabbing all the rebounds tonight. I'm surprised he doesn't have 20 rebounds. Looks like Dennis Rodman out here. As we have Spencer Smith shooting one, misses. Here's a second one. Second free throw. As he doesn't get the both. As the ball goes over to Lincoln High. Andrew passing it back out to Garrett. Garrett top of the key, no good. Rebound goes back to Lincoln High, but gets the own board as Elvis Guerin will get the put back as Keegan Hylock will bring it up. Derek Buggy Jr. now passing it to Luke Lindenmeyer. Now gives it to Spencer Smith. Spencer Smith gets it in. Gets it in. Gaines drives. Looks like it'll be fouled. Spencer Smith will get fouled. As Gaines will inbound pass it from the baseline. Gives it to Guerin. Guerin shoots it. No good. Trying to find for that rebound, but it'll be out of bounds. Monarch basketball. Ingerson possibly going to be inbound passing it from the baseline, as it looks like Lincoln High. Oh, that's a touchdown pass. Like gets it in. Luke Lindenmeyer and one call. Touchdown pass like Kyle Ingerson to Luke Lindenmeyer. Lindenmeyer not used to be playing the wide receiver position, as he plays center for the Monarch football team, as he'll be a walk-on to University of Nebraska, Lincoln. As Javon Ludy will substitute in, as Gaines with the ball now, bringing it up the court. Tries to find Guerin. Guerin tries to find an open lane to shoot it. Gaines gets the ball back. Gaines with the ball now. Now gives it to Kai Kui-Du. Now gives it to Guerin. Now Guerin gets blocked at the line, but it looks like he'll get fouled. Buggy Jr. will get fouled, as Elvis Gwynn. Sorry for the mispronunciation throughout the game. Elvis Gwynn will shoot 2. Gets 1. As Gwynn will shoot another one, as it looks like William Ice and Colin Nick will substitute in, as it looks like out of bounds Monarch basketball, as Kyle Ingerson will baseline pass it. Tries to find Luke Lindenmeyer, does. Now gives it back to Ingerson. Ingerson being double teamed. Luke Lindenmeyer with the ball now. Gives it to Hylock. Now gives it to Boogie Jr. Could have really shot it right there, but decides not to. As no look pass to Lindenmeyer. Now gives it to Boogie Jr. in the corner. No good. Spencer Smith with the rebound as he gets in. Bully ball offense by Spencer Smith, as it is as Garrett will sub in for Colin Nick. As it looks like William Ice will inbound pass it to what it seems like it looks like Andrew Gaines. And it seems like it does. Gaines being guarded by Buggy. Now Ice being guarded by Hylock. Ice try to find a passing lane. Doesn't. There is William Gaines getting the ball back. Now Garrett's losing the ball, and it's still Lincoln High basketball with 3 minutes and 23 seconds left in third quarter. As it looks like Andrew Gaines will inbound pass it to Q-Do. Doesn't get the layup, but rebound goes back. Lindenmeyer with that rebound. Ingerson with the ball now. Now gives it to Derek Buggy Jr. Derek Buggy Jr. looking for a passing lane to throw to. Now gives it to, tries to give it to Spencer Smith, that does it. Fast break, dunks it home. Vincent Garrett dunking it home for the Lincoln High Lynx. Another turnover by the Monarchs. As Derek Buggy Jr. drives, doesn't get it, but it looks like it's still out of bounds. Monarch basketball, as Will Huber and Ben Boudreau will substitute in for Spencer Smith and Derek Buggy Jr. As Kyle Ingerson will inbound pass it from the baseline. As he gives it to Lindenmeyer. Lindenmeyer trying to find open spacing to go in for the layup, but does it. And it's a blocking foul by Vincent Garrett, as Luke Lindenmeyer will shoot 2 free throws for the Monarchs to keep this lead up. As Lindenmeyer will get the first one. As all hands deck on the second one. Gets it in. As William Ice with the ball now. Ice tries to go inside. Doesn't get it, but stolen by Luke Lindenmeyer. Good passing it to Ben Boudreau. As it looks like it was a Lincoln High foul on Vincent Garrett. As Colin Nick and Andrew Gaines go back into the game and substitutes in for the and Garrett. Ingerson inbound passing it to Kagan Hylock. Ingerson drives, no good. Rebound goes back to Lincoln High. William Ice bringing it up the court. Andrew Gaines, now back to Weiss. Ice for 3, no good. Back to Andrew Gaines. Now back to Gwen. Shot that 3, misses. Ingerson with the ball now. Being guarded by Q Dewey, or Q Dew. As Ingerson will now inbound pass it. Javon Ludi will substitute in for Q Dew. Ingerson now trying to find Ben Boudreau. Does. Drives, finds Luke Lindenmeyer, doesn't get it, he gets his own board, tries to get it in the layup lane, but doesn't. As Gwen gets it in, yes he does. Elvis Gwen with that foul, or with that layup. Keegan Hylock bringing up the court, very fast pace. Ingerson gives it to Ingerson, and it's a Lincoln High foul. Javon Ludi will get the foul right there, and Kyle Ingerson will shoot the free throw here. As Ingerson shoots 1, gets in. This game's mostly been dominated by the Papillion La Vista Monarchs so far throughout. As misses, Ingerson misses. Rebound, Lincoln High. Andrew Gates bringing up the court for William Ice to pass it back out to Colin Nick. Colin Nick tries to get in, but does it? As Kyle Ingerson now bringing it up the court. Drives, but still Monarch basketball with the out of bounds right there. Seeming like Ingerson fell, possibly. As now he will inbound pass it from the baseline. Gives it to Boudreau. Gives it to Hylock. Now back to Ingerson. Ingerson gets in there with that really good post move right there. As Andrew Gaines with the ball now. As it looks like Keegan Hylock will get fouled. Asher Fenton Young will substitute in for Lincoln High. As Gaines will try to find a pass lane. He does. Elvis Gwen now gives it to Colin Nick. Now gives it to Gwen again. Gives it to Nick again. Now gives it to Gaines. Now gives it back to Gwen, and Gwen shoots it. No good. The last touch by Young. Tries to keep the possession alive, but doesn't. And it will be Lincoln High's ball, I believe. Yeah, it is. Andrew Gaines. Inbound passing it to Gwen. Now back to Gaines. Gaines drives. Now back to Colin Nick. Colin Nick for three. Good. Lights out from three-point land. Looks like Chris Porzingis out there shooting threes. As we have Ingerson drives with the ball now. Doesn't get the layup, but rebound goes back to Lincoln High. As that will be the end of the third quarter. Lincoln High with the ball still. As this Monarch team seemingly wanted to make a drive to the playoffs and to the postseason. With this win, they'll probably be at 500. As Lincoln High with the ball now. Colin Nick with the drive, gets it in. Open lane, being guarded by the toughest defender, second toughest defender, Luke Lindemeyer, as it looks like it was a charge. Lindemeyer with that charge foul, as Javon Ludi will be causing that foul, as Ben Boudreau will substitute in for Luke Lindemeyer. As Colin Nick will inbound pass it to Vincent Garrett. Garrett now bringing it up the court, being guarded by Derek Buggy Jr. Tries to find Colin Nick, but almost causing a turnover right there. Colin Nick shoots it, no good. And it'll be out of bounds, Monarch basketball. Monarch basketball right there as Kyle Ingerson will inbound pass it to Ben Boudreau. Boudreau drives, finds Buggy, now gives it to Ingerson. Ingerson drives, finds Boudreau. Boudreau giving it back to Buggy. Calls the screen from Spencer Smith. Now gives it back to Ingerson. Ingerson now Ben Boudreau for three. Good! Smooth like butter for three. Colin Nick brings it up for the Lynx. Vincent Garrett. Now back to Gwen. Gives it to Nick. Now gives it to, back to Gwen. Gives it back to Gwen, but he fell, he slipped, and causing that travel violation. As Ingerson will inbound pass it to Ben Boudreau. Bringing it up the court. Boudreau tries to find an open pass, and he does. Ingerson now drives, doesn't get it. Rebound, Vincent Garrett for the Lynx. Vincent Garrett passing it to Dewey for three, no good. Rebound goes back to Lincoln. Now Colin Nick for three, no good. Rebound goes back to Lincoln High, as it will be a foul on one of the Monarchs players, possibly. Foul on Keegan Hylock. As it will be timeout, Papillion La Vista. As things are not working out so far throughout these few possessions. Monarchs seemingly trying to find, they've been lacking on rebounds so lately. And I would recommend probably having Spencer Smith down there and defending more of the interior defense. And for Lincoln High, just play basketball and hope for luck. Hope for a comeback. As both teams coming out of the timeout, as Vincent Garrett will inbound pass it to Do drives and one call. Kui Do with that foul and one call, as he'll shoot shooting one, excuse me, for Lincoln High. As he gets it, swoosh. Andrew Gaines now is in for Lincoln High, as Cal Ingerson will inbound pass from the baseline. Ben Boudreau with the ball now. Boudreau gives it to Ingerson. Now gives it to Hylock. Hylock being heavily guarded by Garrett. Now gives it to Derek Buggy Jr. Now gives it back to Hylock. Now gives it to Spencer Smith. Now gives it to Ben Boudreau. Boudreau. Now Hylock. Hylock passing it, trying to pass it to Spencer Smith, but doesn't. Ingerson. Now back to Hylock. Hylock. Now back to Buggy Jr. Buggy Jr. finds an open lane. Doesn't counter on it, but rebound goes back to Lincoln High. Vincent Garrett bringing up the court. Now gives it to Andrew Gaines. Gaines drives. Gets almost stripped, but doesn't get it. Doesn't get the rebound. As it looks like it will be a foul. Spencer Smith will be fouled, as Will Hubert will check in for him. Kui Do will shoot 2 for Lincoln High. 5 minutes and 29 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Doesn't get it. Doesn't get one, as he will shoot another one, as Asher Fenton Young will check in for the Lincoln High Lynx, as Will Hubert will get that rebound. Keegan Hylock bringing up the court for the Monarchs. Now finds Boudreau. Boudreau getting picked by Will Hubert. Will Hubert goes in, doesn't get it, but he is fouled. Will Hubert. Will Hubert now sent to the line for 2 points. Will Hubert dominant throughout his playing career here in Papillion La Vista High School. Asher Fenton Young will check in for number 22, Javon Ludi, as Hubert doesn't get 2. Rebound goes back to Lincoln High. Andrew Gaines bringing up the court. Dribbles it out, trying to find a passing lane. Does, finds Kui Do, now gives it to Colin Nick. Now gives it back to Gaines. Gaines drives. Tries to find an open lane to get the layup, but doesn't. Gets there on board. Colin Nick for 3 in the corner. Good. Irish Springer and Green from 3 in the corner. And it's Ben Boudreau brings it up the court for the Monarchs. Boudreau gives it to Buggy. Now finds Boudreau again. Now gets a screen from Will Hubert. Now Boudreau passing it to Buggy. Buggy passing it to Ingerson in the corner. Now finds Keegan Hylock open. Now gives it to, gets intercepted by Kui Do. Now Lincoln High with the ball now. Colin Nick gets blocked by Will Hubert, I believe. As Kyle Ingerson now with the ball now with the Monarchs. Under 4 minutes left in the quarter, as it will be timeout, Papillion La Vista. Good, really defensively. You know, Lincoln High forcing a lot of fouls throughout the Monarchs' possession and getting on a lot of fouls so they can get sent to the line during those offensive possessions. as both teams really trying to get into this postseason. But a win for sure for the Monarchs will get them into the postseason more. As Garrett, Nick, Young, Kudu, and Andrew Gaines will be in for the Lincoln High Lynx. As you have Ben Boudreau inbound passing it with Derek Buggy, Keegan Hylock, Kyle Ingerson, and Luke Lindenmeyer in. As Boudreau finds Hylock bringing it up the court near the top of the key, finds Luke Lindenmeyer. Lindenmeyer getting heavily guarded. As Buggy finds open lane, but oh my goodness. Scary fall right there. Good thing that Garrett was able to get up. Tried to block that foul, but gets pump faked. As William Ice and Elvis Gwynn and William Ice will substitute in, as Derek Buggy Jr. will get the foul and will be sent to the line for 2. As Buggy shoots 1, doesn't get it. As William Ice will find Dew for in the corner. Now finds William Ice for 3. No good. Rebound Ingerson. Ingerson with the ball now, bringing it up the court. Now trying to pass it. Gives it to Boudreau. Now gives it to Buggy. Buggy now gives it to Hylock. As it looks like there was a foul on Asher Fenton Young. As Kyle Ingerson will shoot 2 for the Monarchs. Gets 1. As throughout this fourth quarter, the Lynx have 10 team fouls in total. As William Ice will bring it up the court. As finds Fenton Young, now gives it to Nick. Now gives it back to Young. Good for that layup. 41-60. Monarchs still have the lead. As gets a screen from Lindenmeyer. Now gives it to Lindenmeyer. Now gives it to Keegan Hylock. Hylock finds Lindenmeyer with that one-hand catch, and no and 1 call. Doesn't get it, but will be fouled and sent to the line for 2. Fifth personal foul on Kudu. Luke Lindenmeyer going to the line often throughout this game, as he gets 1 right there. As it looks like he will get the second one. 2 for 2 from the free throw line so far. As William Ice will bring it up the court. Now fakes a pass to Gwen. Now gets blocked by Keegan Hylock. Now Ice for 3 in the corner. No good. Rebound goes back to the Monarchs. And that is Luke Lindenmeyer getting that rebound. Ben Boudreau now giving it to Lindenmeyer. Now finds Buggy Jr. Now looks like it's fouled by Fenton Young. And Buggy Jr. will be sent to the line for 2. As the Lynx possibly getting more fouls so that can limit the amount of time that the Monarchs have possession. As Buggy misses the first free throw. Elias Hicks goes into the game. As, oh wait, no. Excuse me for that. Yeah, Elias Hicks is in. William Ice now bringing up the court for the Lincoln High Lynx. Ice being guarded by Boudreaux. Now gives it to Fenton Young. Fenton Young being guarded by Boudreaux. Now gives it to Ice, now being guarded by Boudreaux. As he looks like it's not a foul, but it will be a timeout by Lincoln High. Really good defensive ball. Tate Stam and Brock Rall will be subbed in. As Monarchs really dominate this game so far. Could possibly is winning it. As Lincoln High struggles so far with keeping the ball and just having so many takeaways from the Monarchs. Monarchs taking away the ball so much that I can't even speak. Don't teach me how to Dougie. All right. William Ice will inbound pass it from the baseline for the Lincoln High Lynx. As Brock Rao, Tate Stam, Kyle Ingerson, Keegan Hylock, and Luke Lindemeyer will be in for the Monarchs. As Ice will inbound pass it to Hicks. Hicks, bully ball, no good. Lindemeyer with the offense. Now Rao bringing it up the court. Now loses the ball. Ludi with the ball now, passing it to Ice. Ice has ice in his veins. Passing it back out. Now gives it back to Ice. As she tries to find an open lane to pass to Fenton Young for three. No good. Ingerson with the rebound. As it looks like Lindemeyer will waste some time. As it looks like it'll be timeout. Timeout, Papillion La Vista. Timeouts for substitutions. Kean Cotton will be in for the Monarchs, as Chase Williams will be too, being guarded by William Ice. Williams gets a screen from Molly. Gavin Molly now gives it to Brock Rao in the corner. Now gives it to Stam. Stam tries to find an open lane to pass it to. Finds Chase Williams. Williams with the ball now. Gives it to Cotton. Now back to Williams. Williams being heavily guarded. Cotton with the ball now. Now gives it to Stam. Stam gives it to Rao. As we have Molly misses the rebound. As you have Fenton Young for three, no good. Brock Rao trying to get that offensive possession, but doesn't. Asher Fenton Young with that layup as he gets a steal and gets fouled. With 10.6 seconds left, it's the only points you'd possibly get. As Fenton Young will shoot two. Misses the first one. As Christian Fuentes Valdez will sub in for Tate Stam. As he makes the second one. Brock Rao inbound passing it now finds Fuentes Valdez. Tries to keep the time alive, doesn't get it. Rebound goes back to the Monarchs. 2 seconds left, doesn't get it. They do, and William Ice makes the half-court shot from William Ice. Will they count it? They do. 47-62. Papillion La Vista Monarchs will win it. As tonight's brilliant performance by the Papillion La Vista Monarchs. I'm still stunned by the William Ice half-court shot. As you have Spencer Smith getting into the paint for the replays. And we had that brilliant touchdown pass. Lindenmeyer getting that basket. As the dominance from the Monarchs looks brilliant. As the Monarchs move 10-10. As the Lincoln High Lynx will move to 5-15 in the season. Monarchs want the playoff position and go into the postseason. They do. Well, this is so long from Papillion La Vista. Signing off. My name is Armando Frez. Signing off for POV Media.